Hello, this is Ducky and the Alien, and this is Wicked, the Alien, and this is
Gwen the Ducky. Quack, quack.
cool. So you're talking about how long will it take a song that I haven't heard of before?
Yes, the song was previously known by the placeholder name How Long Will It Take? And it was previously lost up until just yesterday. So, how I found out about the song being found, I was on YouTube, yeah, just randomly
Mhm.
browsing videos, and a thumbnail for the video labeled, wait for it, How Long Paula Toledo popped up in my feed, and needless to say, I was ecstatic. It was
Yes,
uploaded by a YouTuber going by RopeyFish9491, and
yes,
when I got to hear the song in full, oh my goodness, I was entrenched.
cool.
So basically,
What
the song was found by someone going by the name The Arabara, and she details
Tara?
how the song was discovered on their part. So,
Yeah.
this is a comment from Reddit that they made. Someone asked them how they found it and if they can give them the backstory. The Arrow Bearer responds with, I was looking into ARS Studio, who may have been the creators of the multi-parent DVDs. I found them a couple of days ago. One of them had a portfolio or job application page listing DVD menus as one of his skills. One of the DVD
Oh,
menus was for a movie called Moving Malcolm, which had another obscure song in the credits, but its name and its producers were listed in the credits, which is what led me to, and there's the link for the website to SoCan, where I started Googling every artist who had a copyrighted song called How Long, until on the sixth page I found Paula Toledo, which led me to this Reddit post, which I'm going to go to. And
okay.
Reddit post in question is listed as Paula Toledo's songs How Long and Stray, posted by someone by the name of Iowa and Friends. And get this, it was posted 1 year ago. 1 year ago. So
Oh,
basically,
interesting.
that song could have been found then. I mean, there were snippets of the song going around on Vocaroo. You probably haven't heard of Vocaroo in quite a while, but basically, it's
Vocaroo?
a recording app, browser-based recording app, where you record whatever the heck you want, basically. Anyway,
What is it? Can you give me the link in the chat when you're done?
sure thing. Okay,
Okay.
here's what the post says. There was a Canadian TV show in the mid 2000s called 15 Love, about teens at a tennis academy. It was a really fun show, but I loved the soundtrack even more because they always played cool songs by Canadian indie bands. One singer,
Oh,
Paula Toledo, had a couple songs featured on the show. They were called How Long and Stray. I used to listen to them all the time because they used to be accessible online, but I haven't been able to find them in years. Anyone know where I can find these songs? Thanks. So basically, How Long was at some point available online for everyone to listen to, but
yeah.
then at least a couple of years or so after the song was first released, the song somehow ended up getting lost. Basically, the website that promoted the song no longer exists. So apparently when the website went, so did the accessibility to the
Song.
songs apparently, which is quite a bummer. But hey, at least we finally get to hear the song again after 16 years. Okay.
Okay.
And uh, there we go. Which And continuing on from Arabera's post, which had a link to a podcast with the full song.
Oh, really?
Yes, I will also give you the link to that after this video. But basically, they did some really deep sleuthing. That's
Cool.
that
Deep
is quite
diving.
the badassery on their part.
Yes, it is.
Exactly. And of course, there's the info from Paula's now defunct website. Tuesday, May 24th, 2005. How Long? A track off of my upcoming and yet to be released album Stay a While has been licensed for the Alfred Hitchcock-esque made for TV film The Secret Lives, starring Daphne Zuniga, Melrose Place. Secret Lives will air on June 25th in the US on Lifetime and will follow in Canada and in theaters throughout Europe and Asia. You will have to stay a while, pardon the pun, to hear how long, as it is placed in the very last scene. In my other
Yeah.
Secret Life, a few have mentioned that they have seen my doppelganger singing lead and playing guitar for the Hermit. Well, I must confirm the rumor. Yes, it's true. I will be heading off to Toronto for NXNE and some shows back east with the Hermit, but before that, I will be heading down south to LA to master my album. Yes, the day has finally come. No more secrets. Stay tuned for more secrets to come, if you're good. And then they proceed to say, edit. I just confirmed the song is in Secret Lives, which is available to watch with, get this, Amazon Prime, of all things, at least in the US. It plays over
Yeah.
the end credits. It is a rather interesting piece of information that I found on Reddit of all places. It is a
Yeah.
very fascinating discussion that it is on the HLWIT subreddit if you want to
H
go there.
HLW. How long will it take?
HLWIT. How long will it take? The
Okay.
official song title is actually How Long, and the artist
Yeah.
is Paula Toledo. Get this, she is also a Canadian singer.
Yes, that's cool.
It is. I am so freaking happy that I was able to hear that it was found. Never thought it was going to be found. But then
Yeah.
my discovery, howbeit accidental, led me to be so ecstatic that I could literally think
Yes.
of nothing but that song for the next 24 hours. Man.
Holy shiznit. That I'm very happy for you. I'm still trying to find a few old songs from the 2000s as well that were pretty awesome that they don't have on freaking Spotify or anywhere. It's like they are missing some good stuff.
Right.
I know that the suffering is real.
It's not just Spotify per se, but also a lot of streaming services as well. Heck, even YouTube Music.
Sucks can suck sometimes.
Yes, for sure.
Okay, that's something. Yeah, they only want to play current music, not the old stuff. The old stuff is good. I find I don't like this lefty new music that they have. There's some that are good, but then there's some that are questionable.
Right. I believe the nature of the music industry has changed for the worse within the last almost 2 decades. It's pretty sad, really. But it didn't
I
get as
agree.
prominent until just several years ago, I believe. It's pretty downright awful.
Disgusting.
Yes.
Disgusting. Yeah, they only talk about sex, 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 and more sex these days, or love, or something that's really no one else's business to hear. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean, yes.
It's like, okay, you love the person, I understand. Go fly the kite. Go to the airport and take a flying hike because I don't want to hear about it.
Right. I mean, don't get me wrong. A little bit of
Yep,
reference to sex here and there is really good, as long as it's not too explicit
raunchy.
or vulgar or raunchy. Yes, raunchy too.
Yes,
And I just
that's
said
true.
raunchy
But
twice, but emphasis,
some of these people these days are they're saying like, "I'm getting it up for him." For example, I'm sorry,
No, no, it's fine. It's
and
all
it's like,
good.
is this 50 Shades of Grey or is this a movie music industry? Because I'm kind of blurred. They blurred the lines royally.
They did, for sure.
Yes, they have done a lot of damage for the industry, and now even the music videos. Oh my god! I
God, yes. The music videos,
yeah,
yeah, they're getting
raunchy
way too explicit, especially with the demonic references. I don't mind demonic
demonic
references here and there, but too much of it? No. That's a bit scary. It is a bit too scary.
demonic references. You said I did not know about that. I was talking
Right.
about the sex talk.
Well, I believe a sex talk could actually be part of the demonic forces. Oh, wow.
I
Am I
agree.
going conspiracy nut or what?
That's okay. That's okay. I'm a conspiracy nut too.
Sweet.
I believe in UFOs and stuff, so don't worry. Anyways,
Well, that's good. I love UFOs.
yes,
They're quite
I even
fascinating.
they are. I saw one when and this is not a work of fiction, people. My father was screaming his head off. This was the early 2000s when music was still good,
Okay.
and I remember my father screaming his head off my legal name. And then he said,
Yeah.
"Get out here." And I thought I was in shit. And then he said,
Oh.
"Yeah, I thought I was in you know what." And then I looked, he said, "Look up." And I looked up and I saw the dang thing flying around. And I was like, "What the fidget is that? Some kind of balloon?"
Insanity.
Yeah, it was like some kind of balloon or something. And it was like, he said, "I don't know." And I said, I know what it is. It's a UFO, and you're not going to believe in that because you're atheist. Turned
Ah, I
out
see.
right. He put his own foot in his mouth that day because he said, "I don't believe in that stuff." And then, get your butt out here so I can show you this. And then he showed me, and then there it was hovering around. And so I said, "That's a UFO, Daddy." And you don't even believe in those things. And he said, it's, it was kind of unusual that hardcore atheist pointed that out to me. And I've seen a couple of other ones a couple of times that I thought were just balloons, but they were going too erratic for balloons, in my opinion.
Wow.
That being said, not why I go to shrink or anything. That's for PTSD. I don't have schizophrenia. I just believe that some things are just too damn real to be honestly, they have to cover them up And I know in some holy books, like I don't want to make references to Islam, but they say that God doesn't like people who conceal things. So you can
Hell,
imagine.
it's gonna come out anyway. The secret's gonna be out anyway, you know. The cat's gonna be out the bag. Yeah.
Yeah. So that being said, I was like thinking, okay, an atheist pointed out something that is not too atheistic. And I believed in this since I was a little kid, and I saw it for my own two eyes 3 or 4 times. And I said, well, isn't that just the bugger? I didn't say
Yes,
bugger, I said
yes.
emperor at the time. And I was like, well, what strangeness that my father would stumble upon that. I think there is a lot of secrets out that people are concealing, and I don't think whatever created the Big Bang you may call God, I call nature or whatever, doesn't want you to conceal in the first freaking place, like your song, for example, shouldn't have been concealed,
Just like
right?
many of Lost Wave out there. For example, my favorite one that is still lost is known as Fly Away. It's a Japanese song with
Yeah,
an English word, of all things, as one of its lyrics.
interesting.
Well, one,
So there's a lot of lost media because of that.
yes. And then there's the song known as the most mysterious song of the internet, which is supposedly by a German band for a German radio station.
Oh, really?
Yes, really.
That one called.
There are plenty of placeholder titles for that one, though the
Oh,
most popular one being Check It In, Check It Out, basically the first line of the lyrics to that song.
checking in, checking out. That might be the hook.
Yes, and I would sing it out right now, but I don't remember the rest of the words to it at this moment. But it's really, really great song. And then there's another one known as Everyone Knows That. It's apparently of unknown origin, but so far there have been many leads to it leading up to, I believe, Japan, of all things, but I'm not sure. But the band sings in English, obviously.
Oh,
There's a lot of
interesting.
mystery with that song as well.
There was one song I was trying to find. Uh, there was a time I've been having a by 1 to 1. I've been having a bastard of a time trying to find this song
What's it
on
called? What's it
I.
called?
The song is called there. I think it's called "There Was a Time." Yeah, there was a time. That was what it was called.
Do you know who the artist for it is?
Okay, I'll tell you. Okay, it was 1 to 1, but there's a lot of artists that go by that name, so it's kind of mysterious as well.
Ah, I see.
Okay, so 1 to 1 was a 80s band, but only can be played on the radio. I found it on an app one time because I was getting sick and tired of trying to find it and pulling half my hair out when I was going to try to find it on Spotify or whatever. I was like, screw this. There's a few other bands on Reverb Nation I used to listen to that disappeared as well. Like
Aw.
where died. Yeah, that kind of sucks. The chubby one.
I know. It really, it just, I don't know how to say this right now,
Yeah,
but it basically sucks a lot of eggs.
yeah. Eggs would be a better term of what I was using a medical term.
I just made an iCarly reference just now. Ah, have you ever heard of the show iCarly?
Yes, I have heard of that. Have you heard of Mummies Alive?
I think so, yes.
Okay,
Mummy's
they're pretty
alive.
good. That's with the boy who used to be a pharaoh or something, and these mummies come back to life to find him, and they try to protect him and stuff. It's very interesting. Also,
Oh, then I might not have heard of that. I better check it out. You might want to send me a link to that show when you get the chance.
yes, I will after the next clip. Sorry. Um. Anyways, I'm trying to find Rugrats on other applications. Rugrats, the show with Tommy Pickles and stuff, and that's a B to find. So
Yes.
that's pretty annoying. Also, I'm trying to find, according to Ginger and I think it's called Generation X. I'm not sure,
Correction,
but
it's as told by Ginger.
yep, as told by Ginger. Loved that show.
Same here.
And there was one where there's another Nickelodeon one, not SpongeBob. I hate SpongeBob. And he
To each their
was
own.
like, "Yep, that's okay." Anyways, there's a lot of lost stuff these days. At least you can find Mummies Alive on YouTube. Look for
On
the
YouTube?
English. Yeah, I'll give you the link when I'm after our next clip. Anyways, also I will give you, if I can find that darned one-to-one song called "There Was a Time," I would be very happy to find that. But there's a lot of
Okay.
cursing and with finding that one. I wasn't as lucky with that one as I was with the Mummies Alive.
Aw, man.
Also, there's Tottenstein.
Titanstein, holy crap. Yes, I remember that one. That show used to
I
play
love.
on Discovery Kids, before it became the hub, which then became Discovery. Oh, crap. I completely forgot what the
Yes,
current name of the channel is. Man, wow. It's been a while since I've watched that channel, to be quite frankly
yeah,
honest.
very interesting. I think maybe on PBS Kids and Discovery Kids, and then something else
Oh,
afterwards.
I think I remember now. Discovery Family.
Yeah, I used
Yeah.
to watch a show about science all the time. I don't know what the show was. It wasn't Bill Nye. I can't stand Bill Nye. I wish he was lost.
Again, to
Me,
each their own. I used to enjoy Bill Nye when I was growing up. I was heavily into him. Heck,
that's
my
okay.
middle school teachers actually played Bill Nye the Science Guy back during class, as part of an educational lesson.
Yes,
And
same here, but they
memories.
overdid it with me. I used to love Bill Nye when I was a kid before I went to school, and then when I went to high school, they killed it for me.
I see. But yeah, basically, this was all before Bill Nye ended up going, I guess you could say, woke. I have got to
Well,
watch Bill Nye Meets the World. I think that's what it's called. Wow, my
yeah,
memory just took a bit of a nosedive. I don't know why. Man,
Happens to me.
man, I've been having so many
Also,
brain farts as of late, it's not even funny. Yeah.
yep,
Oh yeah, I think it's about right. Bill Nye rules the world.
rules the world or something
Yeah.
like that. Yep.
Yeah.
Also,
Hmm.
I liked Hey Arnold. That was a good one.
Yes. Hey Arnold. Yes, that was a
Yes,
good one
that
too.
was a good one. I wish to find that not just in DVD form, but also in the idea of on streaming. But as I said, they just like to cover every little nook and cranny up before you can get a hold of the deliciousness these days.
Thanks, streaming. Oh, get this. Apparently, a lot of shows and movies have been booted off streaming sites like Netflix and Hulu. Hell, even Disney Plus. My
Yeah,
favorite of which, and sadly that I never got to watch, was The World According to Jeff Goldblum. Yeah, The World According to Jeff Goldblum. Basically,
yeah.
that was the one I wanted to watch. Screw you, Disney Plus, for removing it before I ever get the chance to watch it. Because, hello, it's Jeff Goldblum, and I love Jeff Goldblum. In fact, I have the first three Jurassic movies on VHS.
Oh my
Part of the
God.
reason I love Jurassic Park is because of Jeff Goldblum.
Cool.
Right now, my
I love
obsession
the
with him has been
science.
more casual, but
I love the
I'd like to get
science.
into more movies by him. It's just that I'm too
More
lazy
horror
for that right
movies?
now. Yeah, Jeff Goldblum has done more movies than Jurassic Park, obviously. You know, like The Fly in 1986. And then
Oh,
there's Earth Girls Are Easy, where he played one of the alien boys.
yeah.
And,
Also,
oh,
there you might find this a little gory, but there is this book and explicit in language. But there is a on Tubi a movie called Repo, a genetic opera. It's about plastic surgery and stuff. It's kind of gross and disturbing, but it's very interesting at the same time.
honestly, I don't really find that boring at all. I have to see it. For real. I'm a
Yeah.
fan of shows like Botched. Botched is a really good show. The show is on E Network, though I am unable to watch it at current because my cable box went kaput a few months ago thanks to a dead mouse. I think what happened was a mouse chewed onto the cable cord and it got electrocuted to death. It chewed on a
Oh,
cord right when I was trying to watch an on-demand TV program. And
yeah.
when I tried to get my cable box back up and running, it would give me like the error one message that is displayed, whenever the cable box is indicated to be irreparably broken from
Oh,
what I
God.
learned later on via research. Yeah, I would like
I
to watch
used
Botched
to.
again. Yeah, Botch is
I
currently
love
airing new episodes, but I have yet to watch them because I have no cable box at the moment.
because of
Not a
that
working one, that
damn
is.
mouse. Because of that
Yeah.
damn mouse.
Yeah, I basically disposed of the body of the dead mouse a few weeks later.
I hope you
Well, that
flushed it.
is because I didn't find the dead mouse until after the fact, a few weeks
Oh,
after the
after
fact.
the decomp smell.
Yep, the decomp smell was basically bursting into my room. Well, the particular section of my
Uh,
room where the cable box was. And I
uh,
found it
yeah.
under my. uh, I found it under the drawer where the cable box was. And oh my god. I had to get a
It
paper
was
towel to wrap around it so I wouldn't get my my bare hands on that mouse. I was also wearing gloves too, thankfully. But, ugh.
Thank God for gloves.
Haven't seen a dead mouse in my house in so long. So that would be
I
the
wouldn't want to
first time
see.
in years I've seen that. So
Yeah,
pretty
they're
trippy.
pretty
Pretty trippy.
disturbing.
Yes. Yes. But I'm used to a lot of disturbing stuff, so.
Yeah, so am I, as I have PTSD, so I'm also able to deal with a lot of disturbing movies and stuff that most people would say, "What the hell are you watching Saw for?" And it's like,
Man,
well, it puts me to sleep, ironically enough.
you're saying that
And
horror movies put you to sleep.
yeah,
Wow.
it's the weird. My brain is the weirdest flipper on the planet.
My, girl.
Yeah.
Don't mind the noise.
Also,
Don't mind the background noise.
yeah. Well, there's a couple of other. There were some. So, is there any other lost medias I should know about?
I can't name them at the top of my head at the moment, but I'll PM you about those privately when I get the chance to.
Okay, because there were a few. I know X Files was one that was actually pretty much lost for a while, but it wasn't lost in anyone's mind.
Well, actually, X-Files has been doing reruns on Chiller, from what I understand, up
Killer?
until Chiller went defunct. Yeah, Chiller was a horror-based TV channel that was on what's now known as Spectrum. Yeah. But
Okay,
anyway, it was a really good channel. They also did reruns of Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Oh,
Yes, that's basically what I mainly go on the channel for. Both Ripley's Believe It or Not and X-Files. I believe that
yeah,
X-Files also did reruns on IFC as well, I think. So,
interesting.
I don't believe X-Files was entirely lost. I think it's
Oh,
because you don't have the same cable provider that I have. That's probably it, really.
yeah, well, it was lost in goddamn Canada
Aw, I am so sorry to hear that.
until
What does
Disney
Canada
Plus.
have against that show? I don't understand.
I don't know. It wasn't anything against the show, it was just forgotten about. And then
Ah.
Disney Plus came up, and then there it is again.
X-Files on Disney Plus? Wow.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
because Disney now owns Fox. Ah.
yeah. Yes. So that's very interesting. There was a couple of movies. I can't tell which one they are off the top of my head that I wanted to see again as an adult that I used to see as a kid, and they were more or less lost media as well.
Oh my.
Yeah, it was pretty unfortunate that some movies. I was like, what is the name of that movie? I remember it. Look up the name of the movie on Tubi, Netflix, and what have you. And it's like, what the hell is it? And it's like they're doing this cover up thing.
Yeah, Netflix, Hulu, and Disney Plus wasn't always like this.
Nor was
I
Spotify.
Yeah, up until several years ago.
Oh, I think we can blame the lefties on that one.
I wouldn't be too quick to say that. I think it's because a lot of people decided to jump from traditional cable to streaming services. For me, I believe streaming
Oh,
services should be an alternative to traditional TV in case traditional TV don't work out for you. But no. No, 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 no. No.
yeah,
The
I agree.
because you made a now because you made a streaming mainstream, what do you think happens to media platforms that become too mainstream? Guess what
Yeah,
happens? The
yeah,
adpocalypse.
the
You're gonna
apocalypse.
the adpocalypse. It's a
And
term that I learned just a few months ago when I was watching a YouTube video on this whole YouTube situation that's been going on for some time in regards to ads. Basically
ad.
now they're now forcing ads on us, on us, to the point where
Yeah.
in order to not deal with the ads, you have to subscribe to a premium service to avoid it. But even
Uh,
so, as of late, even if you pay for premium, you still have to
really?
watch ads. So you have to get a premium plan in order to watch no ads, and the premium plan is more expensive. It's gonna hurt your freaking wallet.
Yes, I know the feeling sometimes. It's like, screw this.
Right.
Or
Which
I'm just
is,
going to deal with the freaking ads from here on out.
nah, screw ads, man. I really don't want to have to watch ads on a streaming service. And it's not just a problem with ads. You know what the apocalypse does? The ad apocalypse makes it so that a lot of the good stuff that's on streaming services don't last forever anymore. They go away as much
Ugh,
as the company behind them pleases rather than you please. Which is why
yeah,
which is why we should consider going back to a time when physical formats were more mainstream as well as cable TV was more mainstream. Because if cable TV
yeah,
is still more mainstream, streaming would be nothing more than an alternative, which in turn would mean good stuff stays there for quite a long while. And what I mean by a
yes.
long while, indefinitely. Whatever.
I know that the longest running show was Grey's Anatomy, and you know I'm DAB. All doctors are.
Bastards.
Yep. So that being said, I was like, oh, holy Lord, that was the one show that everyone liked that lasted longer than freaking Xena Warrior Princess, which was a lot better.
Well, to be fair, my grandmother was a fan of that show, and my mom was, I believe, as well.
Yeah,
Was
Xena or Grays?
Grey's.
Uh,
My mother and my grandmother both worked in the medical field. Well, my mom still does currently, though
uh,
different profession than my grandmother. But you get the gist of it, right? Uh,
yeah, your job is going to affect what you're going to watch.
I guess, yeah, that could explain why. Me, on the other
Yeah,
hand, I've been kind of turned off to medical drama for some time now, mainly because it's a bit too soap opera-esque for me. I'm not a huge fan of soap operas, to be quite frank, because there's too much emotional drama going on within the
and
shows that are pretty triggering. Like, I have
yeah,
to switch channels the moment an emotional drama comes up.
I understand
Museums
that.
consisting of emotional dramas, basically. And
Yeah,
the more intense it is, the more I tune out.
yeah. My parents used to fight, and I like to. This might sound cruel, but I would laugh as a coping mechanism. Wasn't exactly.
Man.
They said, "Why is it so far fucking funny?" And I'd say, "It's not. It's just the way my brain is wired to cope with your bull crap." You know what?
Oh,
I'm not a
yes.
psychopath or anything. I just don't believe your brain should go, "Oh shit, it's that kind of thing." I have to go and weep over my parents or some two people fighting on the TV. I just laugh my ass off because it's my brain's coping mechanism. It's the way my brain was wired. So I, in a way, block it out with the laughter. I would
Everybody
suggest,
has different ways of coping with a live emotional drama, in my opinion, as well as emotional, physiological, physical, and mental abuse as well.
yeah, in abused a lot in Romania. That'll be a private chat one day.
Right,
Uh, through text because my human rights were grossly violated on purpose. Let's put it that way.
right,
Yeah. What?
right. I'd say between the two of us, I believe you dealt with the worst of the worst compared to me. My problems, they basically seem very trivial compared to yours,
Yes.
you know.
They some a lot of people's does, but you just have to look up at the night sky, and then you will see that your anyone's problem is pretty much trivial compared to the size of the night sky.
Right. But ultimately, in religion, God sees problems as nothing more than, I guess you could say, trivial. But not trivial
We
in a human sense, but trivial as in a godly sense, if you will.
Yes, I don't. I am more nature based with my religion. I You can't squabble over a goddamn tree. I think.
Right. Because trees are inanimate objects, ultimately.
And they're part of nature, and you can't really squabble about the air you breathe. Whereas religion, you squabble like a bastard.
Man.
Yeah, I just rather, if I could, another lost media, and you might not think of this as a media, paganism, shamanism, Wicca. Those are dying ideas that are going out the window, and we've got these warmongering religions that are not very good. Like, unfortunately, Christianity, Islam, and Judaism, they're all at each other's necks. Just telling you the truth. The three great aren't all that great.
Well, for me, how religion is taught is it's not about the religion itself, rather, it's how it's taught.
Yes,
That's my
that's
personal
exactly.
motto.
Yeah, how it's taught. Like, there's no bad student, just a shit teacher.
Right. Yeah, a
That I
bad
learned.
teacher can turn someone away from the religion, whereas a good teacher can turn a person towards that religion. A good
Yes,
experience does wonders. Just getting that
yes,
out
good.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good experience does a lot of wonders. But I've had more experiences with nature and, let's say, shamanism and paganism than I did with uh, man-made religions,
Hmm.
if you know what I mean. And I thought I was like, I
Of
believe in
course.
ghosts, I believe in everything else, but the man-made stuff is like, I'm not sure. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean,
It was
yes.
also because I had a crap education. The only thing I got out of my education was the fact that I'm able to read and write. Well, reading I knew beforehand from reading Stephen King's The Stand. So that's a little from my father. But when I went to school, I had to learn to read again on their level, which was a dumbed down level, as well as I
Oh
had to learn how
my
to
goodness. That sounds to me
no,
like special
just
education
for
to me.
this is just for the normal kids. This was just for the normal kids. For the normal kids, it was for normal people. It wasn't for me. I was not special
Wow.
for
Holy crap.
in it for math, but I was not in it for anything else. But they had to dumb everything else that I'm able to do for the other normie kids that were not as intelligent as I was,
Man.
or the fact that they were not as talented or gifted like my friends who bullied me and was like, you talentless hack. Yeah,
Right?
I said that.
Right?
Yeah, it's like you're
Oh my god. I thought special education had that same issue, but holy crap, it happens to normal kids too. Damn.
normal kids are worse. Normal kids are worse. They will tear you apart.
Oh yes.
The
Oh
fact
yes.
that I had to be dumbed down to their level was stupid.
Right.
I had to come down to their level instead of saying isn't. I had to say is not or ain't. And I was like, this is below my standards. And then pretty soon I was thinking about joining, and you wouldn't get this, you wouldn't believe this, joining the FBI when I was 14 years old because I thought, well, if you're going to dumb down lunchtime because the normal kids can't process it, the concept of lunch, you can go off.
Wow.
You know what?
I'm jealous of you, really, because I wish I had the same type of balls you did when I was in elementary and middle school. Well,
What?
elementary school the most. Oh
Oh,
boy.
elementary school, they had to dumb it down for the other kids, not for me. It was for the other kids because Lena
Wow.
was she was too smart, so we have to dumb it down for the other kids. Well, you can take me
Oh.
to a class or put me in a gifted class or something, or get me the hell out of that school. Because the only thing I
Right.
literally got out of that school is reading and writing.
Hello. That's why there's such a thing as school choice.
School choice.
Yay! School choice. The ability for a parent to choose schools for their kids.
Yeah, my parents chose the Catholic system, and that was the downfall. I still curse them to this day for that. It's like, you freaking idiots. They had to dumb down lunchtime just so the other kids could understand what lunch is. Ugh, it was so bad. Like having to learn about the other kids had these are normal kids without disabilities or without anything. I had to dumb down to their level because they weren't as smart as me. They were more disabled than I was in the head because they were normal, if you know what I mean.
My,
Like
my.
people, and I was like, I can understand if it was someone with an actual disability. I can say get down to their level and say, "This is what I'm eating for lunch. Do you mind if I eat this for lunch? Is it going to be too triggering?" But to someone who's obviously got a 120 IQ, it's like, you've got to be really effing kidding me that I have to go and dumb down for them because they have a substantial IQ themselves. But because they're deemed average and normal, I have to dumb down to their level, and it was so bad. And that's how I got threatened with Guantanamo Bay as well. That is not
Lord.
a piece of fiction.
How about
That's
we
not a
send all
piece.
those normal kids to Guantanamo Bay? Just saying.
I'd like
I thought
those
my
normal.
schools were bad. Wow.
Oh, they're horrible in Canada.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video.
Yep. And there's going to be another YouTube coming up tomorrow at 7 o'clock
California
p.m.
time.
California time,
That's
which
right.
will be the Ducky and Alien
News
news channel,
Network.
where I'm Frodo and she's Gandalf.
That's right.
And feel free to hit the like button and the subscribe button. Do share if you like what you've, if you think your friends are going to like this. Talk to you later.
Bye, everybody. Stay safe.
Yep, stay safe.
Bye.
Bye.
And don't forget to check out our new channel. Wow, I love
Yep.
how fast things are going here. My.